Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone. My name is Kimbra, and I am here to talk to you about creating passive income as well as creating multiple passive income streams. Today is Wednesday. For those of you who are watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. If you want, you can put hashtag replay in the comments and also let us know where you are watching from. Pretty much getting the replay viewers at this point. So again, those of you who watch, thank you so much for watching us. And today we're kind of going to end off a series of the creating the multiple streams of income. And then next week, we're going to go into basically showing you how the CRM software works itself, right? Because we can, try to get you to jump on board with this software all day. But if you don't know how it works, it's like, how are you going to use it, right? How will you know that it benefits you? So we're going to do more than talk. We're going to show you starting next week. So please feel free, join us every Monday and Wednesday at 2 p.m. CST for our training, for your tips, for your tricks on how you can build your business centered around someone else's product. And you can create multiple streams of income centered around one product. So again, thanks so much for joining us. And so today we are going to talk about scaling with systems and building a hands-off sales machine. Okay, not many people know how to do that. A lot of us just post on Facebook and hope we get someone to buy, right? But if you want to build a sustainable, scalable business, right, there are certain strategies that must be in place, automation being one of them, in order for you to scale your business. So, once again, welcome. Now, if you missed, we did a whole series from the beginning all the way up until now on creating passive income with a one product, right? Again, we also talked about creating multiple streams of income with that just one product. We also told you ways that you can scale, right? Scale once you get to a certain plateau, how you can scale your business. And that is only, only through automation. Okay. So if your business is not automated so that you can work more so the front end, then you're not scaling and you're not going to scale because there are systems in place that you need to have in order to scale your business. All right. But today we're going to talk about how it can work for you. And we're going to briefly talk. We're not going to be before you very long. And particularly, we're going to talk about when you're not online, right? Because you want your business to be able to run when you aren't actively running it, right? You want to be able to go to sleep at night and have your business still working for you in those third world countries, right? So that they can see who you are, they can know who you are, they can join your community as well. So that's what we are going to talk about today. So why does a system matter, right? We talk about automation, we talk about putting tools in place so that you can scale your business. Why does it matter? Simply because you can't grow, right? If you're doing everything manually. Okay. If you're sending individual emails, if you're sending individual contracts, if you're sending individual this, individual that, the time alone, right, that it will take you to do these things, you can't get back. So that if you automate your business and build it so that it can run when you're not there, then those things are always working for you, constantly working for you, right? If there's content posted, right? So let's just say you schedule your content. And if there's content posted, and from that content, you drive traffic, right? And those people, you want to get them into your funnel. So based on that content, you get those people inside your funnel, what then, right? What are you going to leave the customer for something that they can think about? What are you going to leave the customer as far as something that begin to nurture them, right? Because again, they're potential customers. They're not customers just yet. So again, you have to have these systems in place in order to nurture them so that they can eventually become a customer, right? The goal is freedom. More time, more leads, more revenue without the burnout. Okay? So there are three key parts of a scalable system. And again, we've talked about this before. And today we're just kind of gonna brush over everything. But if you want to talk about it, if you want to learn specifically how to scale your business through automation, definitely catch one of our videos, either here on our Facebook page. That's if Facebook have deleted it. With their new rule, they're going to delete videos after every 30 days. So you can catch it on our Facebook page, or you can catch our YouTube channel, which is also my name, Kimbra Owens, on YouTube, and you'll be able to catch it there as well. So the three key parts of a scalable system is, the first thing is traffic. You got to have traffic. Without have traffic, you do not have leads, right? And so how you get the eyes on your business? How do you do it, right? So in order for it to be an automation type of way, you can either do Facebook ads, and from the Facebook ads, you can have them fill out a form, or if you have a lead magnet that you're going to give them, they can fill that out as well, okay? But the point is to get their information so that you can bring them into your funnel, right? What's the system running ads when you can't capture them as a lead, right? What's the sense of posted content when you can't capture them as a lead, right? So if you are posting consistent content every day or every other day with the goal of getting a lead, then that's what you want to do. All right. So another way to get traffic is with a lead magnet. That's with your lead generation, right? You want to be able to provide your potential client something that is for specific your targeted audience, right? You don't want to give someone that's interested in building a business, you don't want to give them a vacation, right? They could care less about a vacation. They need to make the money first, right? Before they actually go on a vacation. So you want to be able to provide your potential client or customer with something that they will want. So let's give an example. Let's say if you sell credit repair, okay? You sell credit repair. Of course, everybody's not going to bite just by you telling them to come and get their credit done or their credit repair. So let's go ahead and get them as a lead magnet. So what can you offer that person as a credit repair business owner that they will like, right? So let's see, you can offer them something about 3 effective ways to build your credit in 90 days. Who wouldn't want that, right? Who wouldn't want that? I would want it because I surely would try it, okay? 3 effective ways to build your credit in 90 days. Boom, 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 okay? And there you go. There is your lead magnet. And I think, that would really work as a great lead magnet if I may say so myself. Because again, a lot of people try to attempt to do it on their own at first. So if you're giving them information to try and do it on their own, then they don't mind giving you their email address. They don't mind giving you their phone number and their information in exchange of that valuable information. Okay? Again, a large percentage of the people are going to come back to you anyway because they're going to say, you know what? I can't do this. Let me just let the professionals do it. And let me just leave it to them. And most people don't have time to do it. Okay? So that's great for a lead magnet for a credit repair. And so any business, you'd have to seek out what would be a good way to get the people into your funnel. Chat GPT is a great way that can give you ideas of lead magnets based on the type of business that you have. So the next thing is a conversion. Okay. So how do you turn those leads or those potential customers in? How do you get them as far as to the conversion stage? Email marketing, right? Because you want to nurture those leads into being customers. How do we do that? You stay in front of their eyeballs. You might invite them to a group, right? You might invite them to your group where you give out tips and tricks and different things on building credit. Okay, you're gonna send out an email campaign that gives them valuable information, maybe a follow-up on building their own credit in 90 days. Okay, maybe a follow-up on that. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to stay in the forefront of their mind. So inviting them into a group that's engaging, getting them on your email list, so that you can nurture them again, give them that valuable information. And what they say that a potential client has to see a business 9 times before they're usually converted. So with that being said, what are you going to do? And then in those times to make sure you convert that customer. All right. So keep that in mind. And so once they become a buying, once you get them into your funnel, which is the traffic, and then you convert them, right? What about retention? Okay, so you as a business owner, you not only want to continue to get new customers, but you want to find ways to keep your regular customers, right? And, for instance, if you can create a follow-up product, all right, do you have any type of follow-up product that they will be interested in? Some type of membership, right? Some type of membership. And this is how you build a sales machine, right? And this is how you automate it so it keeps your potential customers, and then it converts to become customers. And then once they become customers, they can remain customers for life. All right. And so how do we do this? Again, automating lead generation. Using the tools like opt-in forms, lead magnets, chat widgets, funnels, all right, to collect contact information. All right. A good example also would be on your website, when people land on your website, and those pop-up forms. What can you offer them? If you were e-commerce builder, e-commerce business, you can offer them maybe 25% off of their first order, right? That they would have to use today. All right. So not only are you getting them in as a contact, you bringing them into your funnel, but you're also getting, you may possibly get a sale. And even if they don't buy at that point, you still have them into your funnel. Okay. You still have them into your spot on the internet. Okay. So that you can nurture them in order to eventually buy from you. All right. And so, hey, this is good stuff, right? And this can go 24/7, even when you're sleeping, when it's automated. All right. So then we want that automated follow-up, all right, which equals more sales. Okay. And, like we said, emails, text messages, educational content, be it in your group, email marketing. Okay. All of these places, so the customer can know you're out there, and they know that once they choose someone to build their credit, you would be the one that is going to help them build their credit. E-commerce, if someone were to choose to, buy this product, you would be the business where they would buy the product from, right? It's called nurture. It's called educate. It's called convert. All right. And so these are the tools that if you want to scale your business, these are the tools that you would need to have in place. And I don't care what business you own. You could be a coach, you could be a virtual assistant, you could be an e-commerce business, you could be a freelancer. It doesn't matter. If you want to scale your business, you need to have these tools. And the thing is, a lot of businesses go to many different areas to get the tool. They may get Calendly rather. I'm sorry, pronouncing it wrong. Calendly, okay. And then they may get, let's say, Aweber for the email, and they get so many different places, right? Where we offer a software where everything is in one place. Your email, your text messaging, your calendars, the social media planners, right? Your lead generation, your funnels, your websites, and everything like that. And so you can't go wrong. All right. And once we have these things in place with our potential customers, it helps to build the know, like, and trust, right? And again, it keeps your brand in the forefront. And a little bit more about the booking appointments. We have an appointment booker, right? Where we can automate it to the fact where you can book appointments. So, what are the businesses that usually book appointments? Salons, coaches, virtual assistants, right? They live for their calendar, right? Because that's where their money is, right? They have consulting, consultations, and just different things where they would need their calendar. Salons, they need to book appointments, right? They need an organized place where they can have their appointments so they know their schedule, right? No more back and forth in the DMs, right? Let your calendar do the work for you, okay? And then again, it sends automatic reminders, confirmations, and even cancel and reschedule links for the customer as well. All right. And then you could track it. You could track what's working for you. You can look at your numbers, your email open rates, your click-throughs, your book calls, your closed deals. It's called the pipeline, right? And all of this data helps you to tweak and improve your systems better, and it allows your business to scale, right? That would be the powerful sales machine that you can build through automation. All right. And that is all I have for you today, because we're not going to beat a dead horse. Again, what I will do is I will put the link for a 14-day trial. If anybody wants to kind of take a look at the software to see if it can work for your business, which I know it will, I will put the link for a 14-day trial. And, feel free to join us back here Monday and Wednesdays. Every Mondays and Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Like I said, next week, we're going to go into the CRM software and show you what it looked like, how it worked, the different features and the components of the software. So that's going to take us, that's going to be a whole big series in itself. Once again, I want to say thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. My name is Kimbra, and I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye now.